YouTuber Legal Eagle is suing over PayPal's Honey extension. Devin Stone of the YouTube channel Legal Eagle is suing PayPal over the affiliate link practices of its Honey extension that were detailed by fellow YouTuber Megalag last month. He announced in a video published Friday. The proposed class action lawsuit was filed December 29th in California's Northern District Court by Stone's Eagle Team LLP and several other YouTubers' businesses. It accuses Honey of intentionally replacing creators' affiliate links with its own, even if it's not offering shoppers a benefit, depriving creators of money in the process. The complaint alleges that PayPal's practice violates California's unfair competition law and constitutes interference between creators and their business partners. The plaintiffs are seeking to represent anyone who was part of an affiliate program and had their link redirected to PayPal as a result of the Honey browser extension. Class action status has not yet been certified by a court, and this came from The Verge. First discussion question, what is an affiliate link?
Cool. Affiliate links are super popular. So I'm sure if you're watching this video, you probably watch other content creators online. And sometimes they say, hey, use my link for sale 40 for a discount at checkout when you're buying like the sponsored product on my page. Cool. And by using that link, it's letting the company know where that sale came from, and the company that's selling the product and the influencer typically have some kind of arrangement where the influencer is getting a cut of the product sales because they're doing the advertising. So it's a tracking mechanism for content creators online to help businesses promote their products, and then for the companies to say, here's how much traffic you drove to the website, and here's how much revenue we can identify as coming from you, and there's some kind of benefit there. So typically it's a URL, or it can be a discount code at checkout. There's a whole bunch of different ways that they can do it, but the affiliate link that's it. It's a special link that is assigned to the affiliate person that is for tracking.
Yep.
Cool. So kind of complicated, but not really. It's a code. It's a URL or a code. Cool. What Honey was doing, so what exactly was Honey alleged doing? So I used Honey for a long time. Honey was a really cool product. What it would do is when I'm buying something online, it would have a database of a whole bunch of potential product discount codes and things like that, and it would save you some money. So like, great, I'm shopping for a wooden spoon, and I find the wooden spoon company, and I go to checkout, and like the Honey browser extension would pop up saying like, hey, there's a code that you could use and you could save 5%. It's like, well, cool. Who doesn't want to save 5%? And ethically speaking, cool, I don't care. I'm still going to buy the spoon. Behind the scenes, there was some shenanigans going on which we'll get to. So yeah, it was a browser extension.
Allegedly.
So yeah, it was a browser extension that I was using on Google Chrome. I no longer have it, but yeah, I was using it on Google Chrome, and when I was purchasing something, it would prompt me with a discount for things that you could buy. So it was like a really cool idea. It worked. I saved a lot of money on it, and back then I really didn't think of anything more than that.
Yeah.
It's like, cool.
But the question here is, did you save a lot of money on it? Or did it actually cost you money in certain cases where you would have gotten better deals through the codes that it was replacing?
Yeah, so in
your case, probably it saved you money.
In my case...
Because I don't think you were using a lot of affiliate links to YouTubers or anything in the first place.
Yeah. So in my case, it's a little different. I wasn't like manually typing in a code and then having Honey automatically replace it. So that's fine. I'm a little bit unusual in that regard. When I need a wooden spoon, I go buy one. I don't. But that's not what everyone does. So some people, that's what we'll say, and this is all allegedly speaking. This is going to roll out through the courts. Allegedly, what was happening was Honey was replacing potentially someone's affiliate link automatically through the browser extension with their own.
Yeah.
So instead of the proper attribution going to the person who actually influenced the purchase, they were hijacking that code and saying, hey, it was actually us that gave them the referral. So give me the 3%
and in
thing,
the process,
or whatever.
Potentially giving you, as the person with the app installed,
a worse
deal than the
yeah,
one
I might have
through the YouTuber's affiliate link.
Correct. I could have not only not paid the YouTuber I wanted to support using their link.
Yeah.
I would also, instead of getting 10% off, I might have only gotten 5% off.
Right.
So like a double whack.
So bad for creators, bad for consumers.
Bad for businesses as well, because if I'm a business and I've got a formal partnership with my affiliate Aaron, and I'm saying, wow, Aaron's killing it on YouTube. Wow, his videos are so good, and there's so much traction in the comments, and people love it. But every single time I work with him, I don't get a whole lot of traction on our site. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of pass-through business whenever Aaron's talking about our wooden spoons. Well, it might lead me to not working with Aaron anymore, and I'm going to move my dollars over to another content creator, even though Aaron is killing it, because the tracking mechanism is being hijacked, unbeknownst to Aaron, unbeknownst to me as the business. I have no idea, and that is obviously a huge problem, because now I'm now spending my time in marketing dollars completely not effectively. I should have kept with Aaron selling my wooden spoons in the first place. So, like, impact on businesses, it just completely destroys. It muddies the water where you're doing your marketing. It's like, hey, the whole point of the tracking codes and the affiliate links is to measure the impact of what we're doing, and now I can no longer measure it, and now we're playing guesswork with marketing, which is insane.
Yeah.
So impact is not good. It would have shown you some crazy metrics. Wow, look at this honey. We're getting tons of affiliate links from this other source. Wow, like, this is wild. But
and what's interesting about that too, I don't know what Honey's revenue model is, but I imagine if they have affiliate links, I imagine they're getting a kickback from stores.
Yeah. So Honey's revenue model was a little bit different. You would get these things called like coins. So like when you made a purchase and used the Honey browser extension to do it, they would give you like a fake currency reward. So you've got like 1,000 coins, or based on the amount of the purchase, you could get like more or less, and then you could use those coins to do something. So they were giving you a benefit.
Sure.
But that wasn't part of the revenue model. That was just like an additional benefit.
Honey was free for the end user.
Honey was free for the end user. You could download Honey out of the.
I imagine they were charging advertisers.
They were scraping data, selling data, charging advertisers. They were definitely going to be getting a whole bunch of data, a whole bunch of. If you can.
Let me put it this way: what did Honey need the affiliate links for?
They needed it because they were taking a slice for the money. Yeah,
that's my whole point, right?
Yeah,
they were probably charging the sellers on the back end.
Yeah,
and using those affiliate links to show that they were effective.
Yes. Meanwhile, they're actually not the ones creating any value at all. They are allegedly. I keep saying allegedly, but that's what they're accused of doing.
Can we touch on how this compares to the Canadian restrictions on linking to news sites? Because I think this is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And the issues don't tie into each other, but they touch on the same concept in a way that I think reinforces how absurd the Canadian news situation is.
Hit me with it.
So, for those that don't remember when we discussed this topic before, there was a ruling in Canada that required companies linking to news sites to pay those news sites for the privilege of linking to their content. Mm-hmm. So if you're Google or your Facebook or one of the big
Instagram, there's a whole bunch of them.
If you're one of the big companies online that people access every day and are searching for information within, in Canada it was ruled that if you linked to a news site through one of those sites, you had to pay the news site a commission, which was always absurd. And the comparison that was made at the time was like, if you run a grocery store and you're in a town and someone new comes to town, a tourist walks in and they say to a local kid, hey, where do I get groceries? And the kid says, oh, I know the best grocery store in town, and they walk them down the street and take them to their grocery store and allow that customer to walk through your doors. You, as the grocery store, should now charge that kid for the privilege
for the word of mouth
of directing that traffic to you. This was always absurd, and I think that this scenario really highlights that by taking it from the other direction. Because what's happened here is, using the same comparison, you run a grocery store, and one of the neighborhood kids says, hey, I would love to direct a bunch of traffic into your store. I'm going to go stand near the bus station, and when tourists come into town, I'm going to say, hey, do you want to find the best place in town to buy groceries? I'll take you there. And then they would take the tourists to your grocery store, and they would say, wow, this is a great place to go buy groceries. And they buy groceries, and you'd get that kid a kickback.
Seems like you've hired a salesperson.
And then another kid comes along. And this kid stands outside your store. And when that other kid comes by, the second kid says, oh, thanks, I'll take them inside. And the second kid comes into your store and says, hey, I found this person to come stop at your store. You should give me a kickback instead of that other guy, even though that first guy did all the work.
Yes.
So, in one case,
it's completely absurd.
It's right. It's obviously the problem here is absurd.
Yeah.
And the idea of charging people for the privilege of directing traffic is absurd.
Yes.
And I just think it's funny that when you look at these two takes on the same kind of transaction,
it's the two sides of the same coin. It's literally it's seller in one and buyer in the other, and they're both wrong.
Yeah.
It's like the whole coin. The whole coin needs to get scrapped out. You shouldn't be able to do either.
And when you take it out of technology terms and you put it into
the grocery
real
store
world terms that make more sense to everyone, it's immediately obvious what's wrong in this situation, and it's immediately obvious what was wrong in that situation. And they're not related to each other at all, but they touch on such similar themes that I wanted to bring back that comparison to talk about how the two compare. Because it's so funny that before, the sites were up in arms saying, oh, you're sending traffic to us, you owe us money. And now the people driving traffic to online stores that want the traffic are saying, someone else is taking credit for us driving this traffic, and we're missing out on money. It's wild.
It's wild. It's wild. It is wild.
At the end of the day, should end users uninstall Honey?
I uninstalled mine. And this is long before this came to light. It was I wasn't using it. My purchasing behaviors changed. I didn't find like the app gave, or the browser extension gave me, again, many years ago, it did provide me value. Now it was not doing anything. It was, should you uninstall Honey for this? If you want to be sure that you're supporting the content creators that you're following and making sure that they are actually being paid for the value that they're providing, I would recommend uninstalling it. And then at that point, you can watch the court case as it unfurls. You can make a better decision after all of it's done. And if it turns out this is all completely a wild goose chase, you can just as easily reinstall the browser extension very, very quickly. So you can do both. You can have your cake and eat it too. You can uninstall, you can reinstall, you can keep it, you can watch the court case. I would highly recommend you do it because this is going to be a very interesting one that affected many, many millions of people. I know that there's going to be quite a bit of hubbub about it in the content creator side of things because when those people have very large audiences and they're able to spread message very quickly. So should you uninstall? I would recommend yes, and then wait and see, and then reinstall it if you want to.
Now,
who cares?
That's from the stance that you want to support online creators and you care about the ethics behind everything.
Yep.
If you're a total mercenary and you only care about your bottom line, there's a conversation around if Honey's not offering you the best discount codes, should you uninstall? And I think it depends on your browsing behavior. It depends on your online shopping behavior. Because if you're not typically going and hunting for your own discount codes and you're not using affiliate links through creators, well, even if the discounts that Honey offers you aren't the best discounts available, getting some discount on a variety of stores, and in some cases it very well might be the best discount available,
could be,
is still going to be financially better for you than not having the app.
And that's the way. And that's the way I was using it in the beginning. I was not interested in hunting in a discount code. I downloaded an app browser extension that when I clicked it, it saved me 5%. That seems like a pretty big win in 2015. It was awesome. I didn't realize, if I had known, I try to be the most ethical person I can. If I knew that was taking money away from someone that I liked and that I wanted to contribute back to, that would be a difficult decision to never stop using it again, because I'd be like, but your call.